should do the trick. Hopefully. This video has been removed by the shut the fuck up. YouTube. Does it work now? One, two, three, does it work now? My voice seems so distant, this is not right. Increase the volume a little bit. Now this isn't right. Listen, I know I should have, fixed this way earlier. Okay, my voice now works. With varying degrees of success. I'll take that though. I'll take that. Okay. I had a funky beginning. I started streaming and I had no voice. Did you believe that? That's not fun, Now, as I link the stream to everywhere where I want to link it, just want to say I really like these morning streams, It's either in the morning or after midnight. And believe me, I don't want to stay up past 2 a.m. on the fan, with only a fan on level 1, keeping me cool, barely. I'd die from a heat stroke. I'm telling you, I'll die from a heat stroke. So time to link this here. Yep. Watch it, lovely people. And I thought I had the house to myself. Not necessarily the case. But that shall deter me. I really like the thumbnail for this stream. I really enjoyed making it to an extent. Well, time to tag everyone. Last time I streamed, some of my viewers missed it. Not a problem, you can always watch it later. I won't beat you up, I swear. I won't beat you up if you miss a stream. No need to apologize for it. The fucking gaming links and videos. Here. Alright, uniting Korea under a single authority. I enjoyed making that thumbnail to an extent. That being said, alright, I think we're ready to start. So, I got just the good music mix for this one. Who's Luca? What do you want? Luca, bro, I'm on a stream, man. Don't send me ninja people on strollers or whatever on Instagram. Thank you. That being said, if anything, bro, join the stream, man. If anything, let's start this. A nostalgic synthwave, retrowave remix, Cloud9 royalty-free copyright safe music from White Hat Audio. I really like that channel. I thought I haven't featured some synthwave on the channel in a while, so. And it's chill, nostalgic, and it stops right when you want it to stop. Let's start a new game. Not half bad. Actually, it's pretty good. Okay. YouTube, don't fuck with me like this. I want the music, give me the music. don't just, yeah, it's, I'm going to compromise image quality on that YouTube playlist because I don't need that image quality. I need just the white bar to load up. Why every time I stream, something must, take a bad turn? Be it the voice or the music playing or whatever. I'm just a simple man that likes to stream simple, well, not so simple games, but you get what I mean. Ah, hello, Nazbol Harold. Good to see you here. Let me just fix the playlist in the background. I should surely start downloading those stupid playlists and playing them in the background instead of on YouTube. Will I ever learn? No. Until then, they're playing as the DPRK, North Korea. Um, and sorry to break it to you guys, but we're going cringe mode because we're going market liberal. Yeah, market liberal, North Korea. But we form the Korean. Okay, for fuck's sake, come on, YouTube. This close to turning on the game's own music. I'm this close to doing it. You're supposed to help me out, man. If it doesn't work, we all the fucking shit. A liberal DPRK means a DPRK that's going to unify with South Korea in a peaceful way. Suck them. I don't know. Policies change depending on how you put it in the game. It can go national conservative, DPRK, the market economy. It can also go suck them. It can go just liberal. Um, but it's most likely going to be a failed state. The laissez-faire market will not work well for the DPRK. Yep, I'm having technical difficulties. You know what? Let's. I'll figure something. I'll figure something. It's just Google is acting up today. A little bit too much than I'd like it to, but it is. My North Korean citizenship. Nah, I'll be perfectly fine. I know. I know it's a joke. I know it's a joke. And no, Comrade Kim, they do not know anything. They do not know anything about the master plan to nuke Idaho. Now I'm on some fucking watch list. But does it matter? Not really, no. Not really, no. That being said, how long have I been streaming? I've been in this for like 5 minutes. 8 minutes! 8 fucking minutes! I gotta start the stream. I gotta start. Fuck it. You know what? Fuck music. Where it is, where it is. I'm putting some Koreans. Okay. Anyway, I should have done a test run before going through this. I'm kinda blind. I haven't played the PRK in a while. A while. Comes to politics. Show Kwang, tough military. Kim Yong-ju. Supporter. Kozak shot. considered fighter for the modernization of production. Function type. Okay, these are decent. What's my economy like? Hmm. Let's see. Um, decent economy. Trading with Nicaragua. So I started in a favorable position with the third world. I'm trying to get as much money at the start as possible. The saving power of the atom. Konrad Kimmel's song "The Soviet Union and the Socialist Camp" have recently been a significant part of world politics. But over the past 5 years, the situation has changed dramatically. The Soviet Union is sick of separatism in the republics and the protracted economic crisis. And in Eastern Europe, workers' parties cannot break the backbone of the growing popularity of the opposition. Perhaps we should hedge and protect ourselves against external world problems, because in the collapse of the world socialist system, we can remain unarmed. We can remain unarmed. We can't remain unarmed. I think we need to re-establish our nuclear program and build a test site. But what will the world community say? In addition, we have other problems in our country. Maybe we can allocate the money for more socially useful needs. Restore the nuclear program and open the quality. I should have picked peace is more important to us. Following a secret government decree, the Nyanga Nuclear Scientific Research Center, built in the 60s with Soviet help, resumed intensive research into the development of atomic weapons. Also in the east of the country, nuclear test site codenamed Pangri began to hastily be built. Soon North Korea will finally get rid of Soviet Chinese dependence and become a truly sovereign state. At least the world community would not know about it. I will not sign anything because um, yeah, economic perspective, not in a very good position. Actually, I can stop some things from working, but it will not affect me all that much. Yeah, because I mean, I already have enough things against nostalgia that I can use. I need extra money. And I need the agents before the Japan event because I really need Japanese strength. Rehabilitation. In early 1988, the head of the Institute of Electronic Warfare, Mirim O'Gunnell, together with his deputy Kim Yong-shun, was sent to retraining because of the internal conflict with the current Minister of Defense, Oh Jin-yu. Now that the influence of the generals of the situation in the country is greater than ever, it is worth thinking about strengthening your personal power. Then to successfully pass it to your son Kim Jong-il. Perhaps the best idea would be to rehabilitate these soldiers with their support. Moreover, O'Kinnell was brought up in an orphanage and was under the care of your first wife, Kim Jong-suk. And since childhood was a close friend of Kim Jong-il, so his devotion cannot be doubted. But is it worth returning Kim Yong-shun? While working in the South Korean Labor Party committee, he gained a reputation as a firm but loyal reformer. However, their return may be severely affected by the increased influence of Oh Jin-yu. Rehabilitate both. We need them. It's your direction, Comrades Ok Ryol and Kim Yong-shun, because Kim Yong-shun will lead the country. Completely rehabilitated. The first was appointed head of the strategic department of the Naval Forces of Korea, and the second took the post of general director of the Bureau of Ammunition Mobilization. The return of the lawyer general seriously indicates the supporters of Secretary of Defense Oh Jin-woo. The party did not particularly like the increased influence of the speech reformer generation. The party can go fuck itself. I am the party. The party did not like this. Go fuck yourself. I will not sanction Pakistan because maybe I'll need their help. But money never smith. Okay. I'm going to just go easy. I'm not going to fuck with China. No, me and China, best buds. Okay, time to build a research institute. I need the research to stay afloat later down the line because it's going to get hard, difficult. So yeah, increase our economic position. Okay, we took the right position. Yeah, soon we'll be doing the Japanese event. So far so good. The Youth Festival. Just the other day in Pyongyang, there will be an event for which we have been preparing for the last 3 years. The World's Festival of Youth and Students, the 13th one, under the wise and pragmatic leadership of their son, Comrade Kim Jong-il. More than 260 large facilities were successfully built, including the Stadium 1st of May, with a capacity of 150,000 seats. Our southern neighbor categorically forbade sending a delegation from the Republic of Korea, fearing the growth of communist ideas and possible provocations. Despite our desire to attract them, however, with the experience of other socialist countries hosting this event, we know that thousands of foreigners cannot but leave consequences in the minds of our citizens. And perhaps we should hedge by limiting contacts with foreigners for their own safety. In addition, unnecessary talk about our internal problems can undermine our international image. So we keep the spirit of the festival and do not do anything else. Do not interfere with threat safety. On the 1st of July 1989, about 22,000 young people from 177 countries gathered at the May Day Stadium to open the festival. The motto of the festival was the phrase, for anti-imperialist solidarity, peace and friendship. Increased supervision and restrictions of the movement of foreign visitors did not affect the overall picture. Thanks to the student Lim Soo-kyung, who came from South Korea despite the ban, and was later convicted at home for crossing the border, our media launched a massive campaign against the dictatorial South Korean regime, which prevents the unification of Korea. Although some Western journalists accuse us of politicizing the holiday, the internal problems of our country were not much replicated. However, we still failed to take control of contacts between our citizens and foreigners, and now the country has leaked stylishness and Western music. Hold on a second. jungle. Let's go. North Korean music slaps. And I'm going to club Japan. Now we have trade with Japan. That will keep us afloat for a while. Maybe it's time for some reforms as well. Brotherhood and unity with Iran. What's our system like? Let's see. Developing socialism, leading party, late planned system, and we have total control. Soon enough, Kim Il-sung must die. Hopefully. Japanese peace. Our relations with Japan have always been strained and mostly hostile, ranging from the Korean occupation to Japan's rapid developing cooperation with the United States and South Korea. Now, when in Japan, not without our help, came to power a coalition of communists and socialists. Although very divided, it's time to think about the official establishment of relations. Moreover, after the withdrawal of American bases, Japan is no longer involved in any program to limit trade with socialist countries, so that cooperation with a highly developed country will bring only advantages to our stagnation economy. With our no way, take additional local. We established diplomatic and trade relations with Japan. 2 days ago, a summit was held between the Democratic Republic of Korea and Japan. Kim Il-sung will be spinning around very fast. He's still not in the grave. He's still not in the grave and he'd be spinning. He's not in the grave yet and he'd be spinning. It'd be like the Polish toilet meme. A few days ago, a summit was held between the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and Japan, at which there were talks between Comrade Kim Il-sung and Prime Minister Kenji Miyamoto. Treaties of cooperation and friendship were signed. Japan finally officially recognized North Korea as a sovereign state rather than a temporarily occupied of the South. This is our diplomatic victory. Okay, hold on. I remembered something very important. Alright. Brother Louis North Korea. There was a North Korean cover of the German band modern talking song Brother Louis. Kim Kwang-suk and the Bonchombo Electronic Ensemble sang that beautiful song. There's also a Chinese cover. There's also the Fleur, or as English people know it, Americans as those were the days, my friend. In Korean, it was just a one big festival. Some covers of Western music, nothing much. Beautiful Western music. Maybe I need to start building up my industry. It's an army base and reset. Wait, the guy who made the Gangnam Style, who sang Gangnam Style, is an anti-American imperialism. That is fucking base. I should check it out. Yeah, right now I'm focusing on, getting all agents and stuff. And I think I'm playing the game too well because yeah, I don't know why the guy is not dying. We'll insist on keeping, but we cannot yet trade with Cambodia. Yeah, we failed in Greece. That is bad. You know, we will be able to work with these countries soon. Oh, this is a good return of the legend. Comrade Kim Il-sung, perhaps you are not up to this. Our citizens in connection with the growing economic problems are now in despair and no longer so revolutionary to our foreign policy enemies as it was before. Therefore, we need to encourage the masses. For example, we can send our cartoon studios an order for the release of new propaganda series of beloved by citizens animated series, Squirrel and Hedgehog, in which the humanized inhabitants of the Flower Hill are fighting against imperialist animals, mice and wolves, representing the United States and South Korea, respectively. However, due to the past youth festival, our budget is empty. And even the cost of such a project may simply not be justified. Maybe it's better to import Western cartoons? Foreign cartoons? Have you seen what the Japanese draw? Allocate funds for the development of the animated series. The government of the DPRK urgently allocated money for the creation of a new series of the beloved by our citizen animated series, Squirrel and Hedgehog. That's the entire fucking name. The output of the continuation of the animated series caused a furor among the people. It is discussed and quoted, and the hidden subtext of the project was able to encourage the masses to shock the continuation of the work. In general, the money are not wasted for nothing. I'm gonna kill Noriega and blame the United States. That's some good propaganda. Thanks to our well-coordinated action on Asian network, Noriega died of poison, which had caused him severe convulsions. This immediately caused a stir in the Western media, which reported that General died from torture. The USA has announced the death of Noriega due to illness, but very few believe this. Fuck you, America! Fuck you, America! I mean, does it increase nostalgia? Maybe not, but like, fuck you, America! Anything to make your life hard. I'm gonna even become a Western puppet to make your love harder on the inside. I know it's a real TV program, a Korean one. And we still have Nicaragua as a partner. Right, the social system collapse. I think it will push us in the right direction. No, Brezhnev is dead. But they were talking about the Brezhnev doctrine regarding the socialist camp. There's the Brezhnev doctrine and the Sinatra doctrine. Brezhnev doctrine means the socialist camp will help each other. Also, socialist camp states will help each other to remain afloat, in a sense, I think. But the Sinatra basically foreign, independent policy to every social state, something like that. And in that event, if you're playing as any of these countries, any of the socialist countries, you can choose to sign a small Brezhnev doctrine between all the socialist states without the USSR, which will become like a foundation, a closer foundation against revisionism. And if you can get all the countries of the socialist camp into the small Brezhnev doctrine, without the USSR, you get a secret achievement called, I think, no, it's not a secret achievement. You get an achievement called Ultima Ratio, because you ratio the USSR so much, it's ultimate. We're just going to, the socialist camp is collapsing. It collapsed. And we're broke. And the socialist bloc has collapsed. Let's give the we do a little trolling in the third world. Alright. Kim Il-sung must die. That is the conclusion I reached. Hopefully he will. And, help me a little bit, get in some economic reforms. Because if it doesn't work, I need to have to start it all over again and see how to work it out from there. DPRK pop. That's an interesting. DPRK pop. 2 hours of DPRK, not a bad idea. But yeah, I do want to listen to the Brother Louie 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 cover. Come on. Let's see what to do. I'm just going to chill. Nostalgia needs to rise a little. Is the song ready to be played? Come on. Come on, Google, don't do this to me. Be kind. Be kind. People is not kind to me. Oh, the mystery of the socialist atom. Former times are a thing of the past, and hopes for the patronage of the USSR is meaningless, given the change in the vector of domestic and foreign policy by Gorbachev. Yugoslavia is in a war right now. Now that our country can remain an orphan can't remain an orphan in the cruel world of imperialism, we need to look for any means that will help us defend our sovereignty. Of course, I don't hit it at anything, but for 30 years, with varying success, we have been conducting research in the field of nuclear energy, which can play into our hands. Like, I'm not hinting at anything, but, for 30 years, we've been thinking about building nukes, so let's build nukes. However, it is worth noting that despite the success achieved in this area, we completely lack blueprints for nuclear weapons. Nevertheless, we can mobilize our intelligence network and contact Socialist Romania on this issue, or we can bribe officials in a country that is not part of the NPT, India, and thereby get the cherished achievements. In any case, we can limit ourselves to the purchase of new weapons from the socialist camp and thereby establish the protection of our models according to the finished model. Or do we also need to join the global trend of reconciliation? We can't do it. We can't afford it. We'll deal with it later. Not one step back. Nuclear weapons are not our way out. Not our way out, but buying new models of weapons from the socialist camp is a godly affair. We have successfully concluded a trade contract with some countries of the socialist camp by purchasing licensing for the production of modern types of weapons. Now our military factories are mastering new technologies, and the old Kalashnikov models have given way to more advanced types of weapons. Our army is growing stronger, but can we defend our sovereignty with conventional weapons only? No, we're just bluffing. This does not concern us. I can help Slobo, but no, fuck it. Fuck him. I ain't no Korean sugar daddy. Alright, come on. The song should play now. Let's go. And it pauses. I don't know what's up with that, but okay, this YouTube music affair really is really an annoyance. Why did you stop? Why did you stop? What is it? Every single day, you're working just fine. When I want to stream, you're acting like a bitch to me. Susan, what have I ever done to you? What have I ever done to you, Susan? Hopefully it works. We're sanctioning Iraq. Burning fires stay. Flames grow higher. Don't need to steal your heart. It's easy. Easy. Why? We cannot stay together. Don't need to change your love from me. You're no good, can't you see, brother Louis, Louis, Louis? I'm in love, the supreme, oh she's only to me. Only love breaks so fine, brother Louis, Louis, Louis. Only love spiritual, oh she's only looking to me. Brother Louis, Louis, oh she's only looking to me. Opening of SEZs. The economic situation continues to deteriorate rapidly, so it is necessary to take at least some measures to stay afloat. The view of the reformist wing of our party offers to make concessions to the imperialists and slightly open the door for foreign investors, allowing them to take advantage of our cheap labor. With such measures, we will be able to fill our empty budget. In addition, we can go a little further and stop being so reckless about small business, artisans, and hotels, thereby expanding the economic freedom of our population. But what will the party say? Finally, we can use the most desperate measures, such as sending to planting and construction soldiers on cue. And budget for that. We need army for something different. We will open the SEZs. The Korean government issued a decree on foreign enterprises and investments, according to which the country's first economic zone was opened in the northeastern region of the country in the city of Shangjin. Foreign investors were guaranteed assurances of leasing land for up to 99 years. Investing in SDGs fell out with difficulty. They are hindered by poor infrastructure and excessive loan bureaucratization. Nevertheless, we were able to replenish our budget. However, the party did not like the consensus, who hated imperialists. Well, the party can fuck itself. I wanna die. Spirit of Panera. Comrade Kim Il-sung, it has been 3 years since we, with some success, have started the construction of the 105-story Ryugong Hotel, which was originally planned to be our answer to the construction of the Stanford Hotel in Singapore by a South Korean company. It was supposed to be included in the program of the youth festival with students. However, due to financial problems, the construction of the hotel was being constantly delayed. Right now, our situation is the best. So far, the members are expected to hold the construction, using the project's completion. But this high-rise discusses so many efforts. So maybe the best idea is instead to repeat hand over construction to private organization. What do you think? Now, this is called sunk cost fallacy. Allocate funds to complete the construction. The Iraqi government, despite the ongoing economic crisis, has allocated additional funds to complete the construction of the long-suffering Ryugong Hotel. According to the designers, the final date of the delivery of the project will be the first quarter of to begin active promotion of the monumentality and uniqueness of the architectural superiority of the North Korean skyscraper. However, the Western imperialist experts scoff at our project, calling it the ugliest building in the world. But what of these ragamuffins know about the proletarian art? They know nothing. They're ragamuffins. I want to play something. Oh, the flirt North Korea. C'était le temps des fleurs, on ignorait la peur. Same, I think it's from the same festival, yeah. Chambre électronique assemble temps des fleurs. Corée du Nord, le temps des fleurs en français. North Korea slow motion military. Yeah, let's play this. C'était le temps des fleurs, on ignorait la peur. Goodbye forever. Oh, last love. Goodbye forever. There are no sadder words. I really liked making this video. No, lyrics video. Ah, okay, Nazbol Harold. Do you mind linking it in the Discord server? In the music section? And yes, for those of you who don't know, I do have a Discord server. Link is in the About Me page section of the channel. Yeah, I'll listen to it later. وصلك نهج الأحرار قاوم جند الاستعمار وصلك نهج الأحرار قاوم جند الاستعمار أهلكهم بالموت الأحمر الله الله أكبر Perestroika. We will not succumb to the Kremlin. gremlin. It can kiss my ass. Um, I have no idea what to do now. I think maybe, fuck it, let's do some industrializing. وصلك نهج الأحرار جند الاستعمار. وصلك نهج الأحرار قاوم جند الاستعمار. أهلكهم بالموت الأحمر. الله الله أكبر يا عم. Did the stream crash? Wait, no, the stream didn't crash. I like this. I like this. The world is changing, and as much as we would like not to make concessions to the South Korean occupation regime, you will have to do so. The Korean War ended almost 40 years ago, but our southern neighbor and we are still in a state of confrontation de jure. Now that the Cold War is over, it is time to think about peace on the Korean Peninsula. We must finally join the UN, and through its mediation, hold two-side talks between the two Koreas. But some party members will consider such a step a betrayal and a retreat to the impending impression and offer not to bow to the Western threat, or maybe peace is more important to our people. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm singing Allahu Akbar, America is the great thing. Join the UN and sign the peace treaty. Today, the North and South held two-side talks with the mediation of the UN, which both countries recently joined. The agreement on reconciliation, non-aggression, cooperation, and exchanges was ratified. In it, the two parties actually recognize each other's sovereignty and independence. The ROK, and the DPRK pledged to not interfere in each other's domestic political affairs, not to take hostile actions against each other, and to respect each other's social and economic systems. The world breathed a sigh of relief. War is postponed, and the Korean people rejoice. But no. The stream is still alive. The stream is still alive. It kind of crashed, but it's still alive. All is not lost yet. It's still alive. Still alive and kicking. Why the fuck? Okay, I have excellent connection. Yeah, the stream is back. We signed peace with the South Koreans, so let's just keep on going. I think it's time to speak about peace. Not just go and, do some bamboozle. Kosygin's legacy. Our economy continues to be in a very poor state. So the moderate wing of our party proposes to carry out limited reforms aimed at a slight decentralization of the national economy and the transfer of certain powers to the directors of enterprises. Something similar has already been used during the 5-year plan of the Soviet Union under the leadership of Prime Minister Alexei Kosygin, and, and in socialist Hungary became a pillar of economic development. Economic development. Kosygin reformed despite significant shortcomings in the form of growth of corruption, frauds, and the general level of prices could well fill the Soviet budget. But the conservatives in our party are categorically against it. They call such a matter apostasy and the actual restoration of capitalism. So they propose to limit themselves to the return of the tax system, which was abolished in 1974 to patch the budget. Comrade Great Leader, the last word is yours. You will stand, nothing needs to change. The socialist economy continues to function intermittently in a non-state. We're fucking broke. Betrayal of an old friend. Comrade Kimmel's song, The Unthinkable Has Happened. Our loyal ally, socialist China, for which we did not go to full contact with the Soviet Union and did not enter the CIA, curtailed the program of assistance to our country. We did not expect such a blow in the back and betrayal. And now our economy will have a very hard time. However, we still have a chance to return the old China, which has recently survived the protests in Tiananmen, and to persuade it to resume sending humanitarian aid to our country. With the help of our special services, we can eliminate the leader of the Chinese reformers, Deng Xiaoping, allowing the conservatives to retain power in China, but the chances of this are small. Perhaps with closer relations with South Korea, we will be able to create special economic zones for the entrepreneurs, thereby replenishing the empty budget. And finally, we can rely on our strength and leave everything as it is. We do not have strength for such an operation. We will let it be. We rely on our own strength. We can cope without help. We open SEZs for South Korean investors. In connection with the warming of relations between North and South Korea, an extraordinary inter-Korean summit was held. We have signed important trade and economic contracts with the Kaesong and Kamgang region. Special free economic zones will be created for South Korean investors in which industrial and tourist zones will be located, respectively. Although our party members did not like these events, they improved relations with the Republic of Korea and were able to recover quickly from the treacherous strike of the PRC. And now we can have friends with France. And economically speaking, who are we trading with again? Fuck you, China, you're a bitch. An election. Let's leave it as it is. The world is changing. Not for the better. Not for the better. So we have to deal with it as it comes. Economically speaking, we're on state capitalism. So maybe we need to privatize some stuff. You know? That song was hella fire, so I'm gonna put it on again. I don't know if I'll win right now. I'm not really confident in my victory because Kim Il Sung is still alive. So we'll have to see what we do. The Thai question, we will support John Haman. The Soviets, we should congratulate him on this. Euro integration, we will ignore the meeting. Wait, what's wrong with you? Right, so economically speaking, we're fucked. Kind of. We're sending separatists some assistance. Crisis of South Korean democracy. Over the past week, large protests against corruption, the resignation of the current government, and the holding of new presidential elections have erupted in neighboring South Korea. The frequent case of self-immolation of protesters, the number of which exceeded 1 dozen, also add fuel to the fire, however. Civil discontent gradually subsides, and very soon any protest will come to naught. But with an overly anti-communist Roh Tai-woo our way, and if we secretly support the opposition Democratic Party led by a more peaceful Kim Dae-jung, we can rekindle protests with renewed vigor and achieve early presidential elections. Although, think about it, what will change for us? Provoke anti-government rallies and actively support the creation of a unified coalition. Thanks to a well-coordinated workforce, special services in several of the largest factories in the capital, rumors were spread about the upcoming cuts in jobs and wages in connection with the growing financial crisis. The next day, the entire city was paralyzed by strikes and clashes between workers and armed police, and shots were heard in some areas. Flanked by opposition, the Democratic Party became the dominant mouthpiece of the protest. And after a few days of protest under the gun of popular indignation, Ryo Tai-woo had won the presidential election. Kim Dae-jung won, not without much effort, by getting 42% of the votes. We hope that peace will finally come to the Korean Peninsula. No problem. Come on, come on, stop. I need that. Come on, Kimmy, die already. Guess I'm too good at the game. Yeah, I failed. This is a fail. Come on. How is this even working? How this continues to work? Like, make me reformist or something. Come on. I want to achieve that ending. Come on, please. 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 Die. Become liberal. I don't know. This is not going as I wanted it to go. I'm too good at the game. I'm too good at the game. That's the truth. Fuck. I'd rather have done it from a single try. Korean question. Over the past 3 years, situation in our country has changed dramatically, but the Cold War is over, and I think it's time to put an end to the separation of our people. South Korea is ready to negotiate the demilitarization of the Korean Peninsula. But perhaps we can do more. With mutual concessions, begin a gradual reunification into a single Korean state. However, such a process will take a long time. But this vile and shameful border separating a single people will finally fall. But if Korea becomes united, who will get the power in the new state? Maybe it's better to keep your current privileged position and then risk it. Let's start negotiations for the demilitarization of the Korean border. A few days ago, an inter-Korean summit was held in Pyongyang, the result of which the leaders of the states were convinced that the presence of intentions to carry out aggressive actions against each other had agreed to refrain from actions threatening the other side. It was also announced about the demilitarization of the border between the two Koreas and the creation of the Family Reunification Program. In addition, the leaders of the DPRK and the Republic of Korea recognized the commonality of the proposals for unification and agreed they would prepare further common points of proposals for unification on the basis of dialogue. The people, the party, and the world community are happy to diffuse the tensions of the Korean Peninsula. Let's see what happens after that. Yeah, I failed. I failed. I need to ask the people on the server, on the KG server. Wait, I'm not. Oh, this is weird. Let's see the end. We got the truth ending. Comrade Kim Il-sung was a controversial leader in the history of our country. A bad start in the economy was combined with great breakthroughs in the reunification of the Korean people of the Korean Peninsula. A relaxation of tensions was carried out, and the program of families separated during the Korean War was recreated. There has also been several joint teams in some sports competing under the flag of a united Korea. Inter-Korean summits take place at some intervals, demonstrating the desire of the Korean people for unity and the future of the Korean people, of the United Korea is still big. I failed. I failed this one. But I won't stop right now. So, starting with the GPRK once more. So I need to figure out what to do. First of all, let's put some music. And I'm asking the good people on the server.
마지막 순간을 뒤돌아볼 때 스며들어 갈 지난 날이라고
생이란 무엇인가 누가 부르며 우리는 대답하리라 세월이 한데도 잊을 수 없는 저그에 맞춰진
Fuck it, we're going to take every wrong fucking step we can.
여러분이 내일 보시게 될 방송 순서를 추려서 알려드리겠습니다.
Well, guess I have to fuck up the country myself. I'm gonna have to fuck my own country myself. think we should keep our standards of living less than 6 or something. Let's try to figure it out. Ah, it's the Soviet-Afghan war going on right now. Now I'm feeling hungry. I don't think we should start the ending. Let's not waste magic. I think that should do us good. We have some trade rights. It's not the end of the world. Alright. Let's get ourselves some money. Let's just stay afloat a little bit during the end. Let's let the social scam collapse. Because he didn't let us see. I think I'm doing too much of a good job at fucking up my country. But I always need some help. It's just to stay afloat, you know? But I have 30 months. Okay, so I have this in the bank. That's what I like to do. I have this in the bank. After what I throw at us, right, so sun should go extinct by 1990, so let the social scam collapse. Now, economically speaking, I want to build some industry, you know? To just have some money in the bag. And I think maybe the sun should go extinct soon. Yesterday Ceausescu, today Elias did not. I'm not going to have Yugoslavia. Afghanistan is the party is not popular. Yeah, soon the sun should go extinct. Extinguished. Come on, dude. I want my leader to die. Please die. I beg of you, Kim Il-sung, just give me way to get the liberals. He's not dead yet. Why isn't he dead yet? Yeah, he's Sigma male, but I want him dead. Opening of SEZs. Open SEZs and each special on small books. Open throughout the country, however the party did not like the concessions of it. Will learn to accept it. Spread of Canada. Increase the project. Extinct son of the nation, fuck yeah, this is it. The unthinkable and the impossible has happened. Tonight, from the heart attack, has died the great leader of Comrade Kim Il-sung. The whole country mourns the death of the genius of our time and the leader of the nation, but political intrigues do not cease. Because of the sudden death of the president of the DPRK in the highest echelons of power, two influential groups are fighting among themselves for the vacant place of the head of state. On one hand, the actual receiver of Kim Il-sung is his son Kim Jong-il, who was promoted to the heights by his father in the last years of his life. And on the other, Oh Jin-yu, which, with the help of generals, wants to take power into their own hand and whip to stabilize the precarious situation in the country. What will happen next? Next. New is clearly inferior. Kim Jong-il enlists support of the party and the loyal part of the generals and takes the reins. After the funeral ceremony of the great leader Kim Il-sung and the announcement of 3 years of mourning, the WPK Politburo anonymously elects his son, Comrade Kim Jong-il, as General Secretary. The next day, Oh Jin-yu was removed from the post of Defense Minister and immediately arrested, and Kim Jong-il was appointed Chairman of the State Defense Committee of the DPRK. Now the word Republic is in the name of the country looks mutually exclusive to reality. Oh, far so good. 6 Army Corps. Comrade Great Leader, urgent news from the officers of the 6 Army Corps stationed in the province of North Hamgyong. An encrypted telegram where he gave information about the upcoming officer conspiracy against Comrade Kim Jong-un and that the whole division is about to unite all the Northern Army units and go to Pyongyang. What will happen next? Disband the corps for the use of the army. Assign disbanding of the corps to Kim Yong-shun. Comrade Kim Jong-il instructs Loyal General Kim Yong-shun to deal with the rebel corps and disband it. Taking advantage of the change, Kim Yong-shun communicates with the general of the 6 corps and unites with the officers against Kim Jong-un, conspiring with other divisions, disliking the new leader of the DPRK. They organize a joint campaign against Pyongyang. The next day, Kim Yong-shun's troops enter the capital and capture all state media and then cut off all telephone channels between government agencies. Soon after this, the Central Committee of the party is besieged and attempts to organize resistance against the military and is brutally suppressed after a while. Kim Jong-il, who tried to escape by helicopter to China, was caught and arrested. All power passed to the Korean Defense Committee, whose head is a moderate reformer, Kim Yong-shun. Now, it would seem the waves of reforms have reached the most stable stronghold of socialism. But what will happen next? What will happen next is I'm dumping the shit out of money into the fucking Swiss banks. I'm making the Swiss very rich. That's what's happening. So yeah, Kim Yong-shun is the secret agent and he's leading Korea. Let's see, what's our outlook like? We have Dadaism, limited parties. With reforms, but we can still go liberal. So, the end of the feud. Join the Yan and start peace talks. Well, I'm good. I need to reopen this. The Warsaw Pact collapsed soon. Basically, the entirety of Warsaw is blue. The USSR is going to collapse soon. So now, the party loves it. Oh shit, a lot of events. The Kim Il-sung organization. Comrade Kim Jong-shun, our great leader, is no longer with us for several months. And I think it's time to finally objectively assess this contribution to history. During the long reign of the great leader Kim Il-sung, under his wise leadership, our country has turned from a backward feudal colony of Japan into a highly developed country, able to compete on an equal footing with the American-occupied South Korea. However, this time has passed, and your era has come, the era of prosperity and well-being for our country. Perhaps it's necessary to write your name in our history, or to review our past and Jushi ideas in particular. Why do you keep deleting your messages, Nazbol Harold? Like, I can't. Yes, the Soviet Union will explode, but let's completely reconsider the ideas of Jushi and start a departure from the past leader. By personal order of Comrade Kim Jong-shun, a commission for victims and the repressed was established, which will analyze the archives and rehabilitate innocent victims. The mourning for the former great leader was completed ahead of schedule, and the works of Kim Il-sung on the Jewish ideology were removed from the mandatory educational program. In scientific institutions, departments are created to revise the contribution of Kim Il-sung and Jewish ideas in the history of the party. People are in some confusion, but in the party there are tensions because of the need of the event. Nevertheless, the first step to the long process of obtaining the code of personality was made. This is the big problem with this playthrough. It's that nostalgia kills me. Goodbye forever. There are no sadder words. Oh fuck. Shit ain't fucking right. Nostalgia will fucking kill me. Shit ain't fucking good. The crisis of the South Korean democracy. I think we can push for peace on the Korean Peninsula soon. The USSR likes me, so at least there's that. Economically speaking, I'm good. I have the third world with and Japan. And I think soon enough, we'll be able to pull it off. We are fucked. We are fucked. I mean, many people imagine the USSR will not fall, but who knows? I can do this. I mean, we're not liberal quite, but it doesn't matter. Oh, actually, this decision might fuck me up, but I'm going for free market. For a free market approach. Full ignorance. Oh shit, okay, money. I needed the money. Shit ain't right, but the money, so fuck everyone else. army base, just to lower nostalgia. The party ain't happy, and I can understand it. But I just need to keep. I'm going to save because I don't want to do this all over again. I'm going to save, and I'm going to limp my way towards the victory line. That's what's going to happen. We saved. And now we are regulated market economy. I want to go blue. I really want to go blue. Less than 50 fucking... Okay, I get this. The people still love me. Okay, I lowered nostalgia a lot, so this will help me. This will help me. I have some agents. I still have these guys I'm dealing with. Should be final verdict. Recently, our country has been diligently conducting research on the historical contribution of the former leader of the DPRK, Comrade Kim-Il-sung, as well as the ideas of justice described by him. The Commission for Victims of the Repressed, established under your personal protection, has revealed a huge number of human rights violations in the DPRK over several decades of Kim-Il-sung's rule. Now that we are aiming to democratize domestic policy, in the course of forming relations with our southern neighbor, we must officially and at the state level get rid of the cult of personality of Kim Il-sung. However, such a radical turn in relations to the former son of the nation, people might not like. Perhaps we should pursue a gradual policy of curtailing the cult of personality or delete altogether. Convoke Congress of the YPK, it's time to end the cult of personality. More than a decade has passed since the last Congress of the YPK. An emergency 7th Party Congress was announced in a couple of weeks. The result of the previous 7-year plan were summarized, and a plan for the next period was appointed. However, the pursuit of convening the Congress was not economic results, but something that struck the Korean public on the last day of the meeting. Comrade Kim Jong-shun made his report on the history of the recent past of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and the development of Juche ideas, in which he sharply criticized the ideology itself, and also stated the existence of political repression during the reign of Kim Il-sung. All the victims of the previous government were rehabilitated. The cult of personality of the previous leader was convicted. Criticism of Kim Il-sung, who until recently was the father of the Korean nation, shocked not only the citizens of the DPRK but also the entire world community. The country unfolds though, but not everyone is happy about it. Yeah, they can fuck themselves. We'll tell Gorbachev about it. We are on Qadarism. And I think okay, so the people are growing in happiness. Nostalgia is going down, but the party is not happy. Looking at politics, we are social democrats. Yes, Kim Il-sung is now generating the entire electricity of Korea. So now we are social democratic. Oh shit, we're now a liberal state! Oh my god, okay, this is fucking funny. This is hilarious. We're liberal. I mean, I promised people that when I'm going to stream, I'm going to do a liberal North Korea, Korean confederation. Korean question. Let's start the process of unification of Korea into a confederation. And everyone is happy. Recently, Pyongyang successfully hosted an inter-Korean summit, the results of which the leaders of the states announced the large-scale demilitarization of the Korean peninsula. North Korea stopped all the development and research of nuclear weapons, inviting a delegation of the IAEA to oversee the dismantling of the former landfills, as well as beginning a systematic reduction of the army from the South in turn withdrawn American military bases. Also, to the delight of the Korean people was the signing of the Declaration of the Unification of the Nation, according to which the official task of both Koreas is the desire for the fastest possible unification. The plan was created, according to which within 30 years the economy and logistics of North and South should become united. And until then, the country will be a soft form of confederation. Thus, at the upcoming Olympic Games in France, Korea will perform under a single approved flag. This is the victory for all the Korean people. May peace come to the whole world. If you thought that Kim Il Sung was, spinning in his grave up until now, just wait, just wait. I have now trade with the United States. I have close friendship with the USA. The whole world is looking at us here. Oh, and I'm going to open my borders. Start trading. Let the money flow. Let 100 flower bloom. Speak about peace in the world. More pluralism in the country. Liberal freedoms, let's go. The party is happy. The USSR is happy. Whatever it is happy. And no nukes. And nostalgia doesn't matter. People are happy. The party is not gonna fire my ass. Nah, 50 people. Refugees from the east. Assist them to the west. And now it's time to deep trade. And this is the end. Kim Jong-un was a controversial figure. For some, he will forever remain the winner of communism, and for others, only a traitor. The chair of the WPK had a difficult mission of winning over the past system, democratization of the country according to Western standards. The time for our presidents will forever be remembered as an era of liberalism. However, conservative right-wing and more radical left-wing opposition is still sharply criticized the reforms of those times. Eventually came the presidential election, which won the legal opposition, and the leader went to rest. The opposition took advantage of the population's discontent with economic policy to come to power, but the economy was exposed only to cosmetic reforms. This led to the fact that the WPK, still not lost in weight, returned to power in the next election. But Kim Jong-un was later accused of being a freelance agent of the special services of the old communist regime before coming to power. This is the only thing that disturbed the former president, who was disappointed with what his successors had done with the country. But it was no longer possible to return to politics. The times has changed, and the Supreme Court acquitted him. Obeying the wind of change, we made the transition to a free market economy. State enterprises were privatized, and control over prices and skillful leaders and foreign trade was a thing of the past. This allowed enterprising and skillful leaders to rise, and now they are moving our economy. And the people received long-awaited jeans and cola, and the opportunity to organize their business. However, at the same time, people looking for ways to earn money are not shy in methods, which contributes to the flowering of shadow schemes and corruption. Many workers have become unemployed, and many beginning businessmen are very quickly bankrupt. Now you will have to face the problems of capitalism, growing inequality, corruption, and unemployment. But the problems of the planned economy will now definitely not disturb us. Welfare of the people. Our leader Kim Jong-un and his rule created an economy that allowed the people to live a more or less dignified life. And although we are lagging behind Europe, our people have food, housing, education, and some luxury. The countries of the former USSR were able to reach our level only by the 2010s, and our citizens at least do not have to worry about hunger and roof over their heads. Soviet Union went to real history. Thanks to the pragmatic leadership of the government, the Ministry of Internal Affairs of our country underwent serious reforms, as a result of which it was possible to create a workable police system, which in turn guaranteed the safety and quiet life for our citizens. Successfully reforms in the field of intelligence and foreign agents has allowed us to strengthen the influence of our special services on the world stage. Over the past few years, our country has been able to increase the pace of economic growth and began the course towards industrialization. Conducting forced construction of factories allowed us to increase the potential of our economy and markedly strengthened our role in the global world economy markedly. As a result of this, we were able to bridge the gap with more developed countries by starting a rapid movement towards building the industrial society. I don't need social credit. Social credit fucking needs me. I am the liberalizer of North Korea, man. I'm the man who did the impossible. Well, it's not really impossible, I just did it, but you know. The government of our country managed to carry out successful agrarian reforms, significantly improved agricultural productivity and the technical equipment of agricultural enterprises. The logical result of this was an increase in the production and consumption of food per capita, which has a very positive effect on the standard of living and health for citizens. Bad ending DPRK, exactly. Hey, listen. So, we are a social democratic DPRK, and South Korea also has a left-leaning social democrat, you know. So North is social democrat liberal, South is social democrat liberal. The American bases have fucked off the continent. There is no more war, and the people can unify. I believe in the future, you know, more social progress could be done after Korea is unified. You know. I mean, it is one of the plausible, alright endings for the continent. Not the best ending possible, but an alright ending. Yugoslavia broke up, Germany unified. Greece remained in NATO, and the Taliban took over Afghanistan. Yemen unified, and the third world is fucked. We have no army, no nothing, we are a demilitarized zone. Special result, United Korea. And we realized the century-long dream, achieved and unlocked. United Korea. Comrade Kim Jong-un pursued a brilliant policy, achieving what his predecessor could not do, carrying out a course of de-Kiminization and the introduction of a large-scale economic transformations. He was able to drag the DPRK from the rank of the most closed and centralized states to one of the most influential forces in world politics. Special attention should be paid to his policy regarding South Korea, which recently had been branded as American puppet by state propaganda. Now, after a long process of negotiations, a large-scale detente has unfolded on the Korean peninsula. The North has stopped all nuclear weapons development. The American bases have been withdrawn from the South, and now, thanks to this brilliant rule, there is no longer a shameful border separating the Korean people. And Korea has become a single confederate state called the Democratic Confederate Republic of Korea. And in the year 2000, in recognition of merit in the cause of peace, the President of the Republic of Korea, Kim Dae-jung, and the President of the DPRK, Kim Yong-shun, jointly received the Nobel Peace Prize. Korea is henceforth united and indivisible. Korea is henceforth united and indivisible. I fucking hate English. I fucking hate English pronunciation. Fuck off American bases. See, I told you. Kim Dae-jung, a social democrat, in my understanding, you know, I didn't tread on him, I could be wrong. And Kim Jong-shun, a social democrat, you know, shook hands, got the Nobel Peace Prize. You know, this is better than Obama getting the Peace Prize. This is better than Sadat getting the Peace Prize, better than Gorbachev getting. This is actual peace. Peace on our lands, a demilitarized Korean peninsula acting as a buffer state between the imperialist Americans and the social imperialist Chinese. And I'm going to get a lot of scrutiny for this. But I don't give a fuck. United Korea. Stream is over. Thank you everyone for watching. You know, how long have I been streaming? I thought I will fail this one. I thought I will have to do it again. But no. No. And in about 57 minutes. Hold on. It's almost an hour? I've been streaming for an hour. For not even an hour. And this is a normal... Oh, no. I'm wrong. It's 1 hour 48 minutes. I've been streaming for 2 hours. But doesn't matter. Twice the time, twice the fun. I gave you 2 endings. The truth ending and the unification ending. Thank you all for watching. Have a fun evening. Have a fun week. It's still Tuesday. For those living in the Americas, have a good night. For those living, you know, in the other side of the world, have a good day. I'm going to end the stream. And go eat something probably. A peach sound about right now. Or a pear. Or an apple. Oh, I love apples. Bye-bye.